guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So today we're going to take a look at my new Takamine GD30 CE-LH-NAT. Now CE is cutaway electric, LH is left-handed. They do have this of course in right-handed. I picked this up from Music City in North Bay. I've been dealing with the company for over 30 years. Love dealing with them, prefer it actually too. And they saved me some money. I was looking at this at another company in Ontario that wanted about almost $30 more. So I saved some money, which was good because then I got myself a nice strap. I got a stand for it. My wife bought me a case for it, so that was her Christmas present to me. It was a case for my guitar. And of course this is my Christmas present to myself. I've been researching this guitar a lot on YouTube. Now, I always liked the Takamines. A few of my friends have them. And of course, my buddy that plays in the church band with me, he also has a Takamine. His is much older, but really beautiful sounding guitar. And they do sound, you know, even better with age, like any other guitar. All guitars will sound better with age. I wanted certain things in the guitar. Cutaway for one, electronics, and this is Takamine's TP-4TD electronic set. It has a built-in tuner, 3-band EQ, which is nice because if your amplifier like mine sucks for bass response, you can throw some bass at it and get it to punch up more when you're plugged in. It's just an amazing instrument. Set up right out of the box. The action is set just great on it. I'm still running the strings that came on it yesterday. I didn't even bother to change them. They're like beautiful, you know, just awesome. It has the tuners that I like, which are your sealed cast tuners. It's got the appearance of a split back, but it's not a split back. Okay. It does have a split saddle on it, which is quite unique, as well as you don't have to worry about pins anymore. They've done away with the pins, and because I find pins, you know, after a long time they start to wear the holes a little bit bigger, and sometimes they can be a pain in the neck because you got to push down and tune your guitar until they lock, you know, type of thing. And this is none of that. It passes right through the bridge, and it's like, well, that's kind of a neat design. I like that. And my biggest thing was the sound. After a certain sound, I want some thud, you know. I'm tired of the tin box. Now my Fender CE, I think it's CE100. Anyways, my Fender Acoustic, it's a dreadnought, full-bodied, and I converted it to electric acoustic with a Fishman pickup, and it's nice, you know. I'm not saying it's a bad guitar. It's a great guitar, you know, I do like it, but it just doesn't have that sound because it has a laminated top, and laminated tops tend to have less bass and more mid and treble, and whereas the solid top has got more bass and a nicer rounded out treble and mid-range response. And when you get that cutaway design in there too, and you alter those frequency ranges together, you get such a really nice sounding instrument. And I was even looking at a Martin guitar with a cutaway, but I can't afford the Martin at this point. But this one was a good deal. I actually picked this one up with tax for $644.09, and that saved me almost $30 going to the other store. So I dealt with the company I'm used to, and they saved me some money, and that was awesome of them. And it came in rather quickly. It only took about a week, which wasn't bad. So, and I didn't have a chance to play this ahead of time, so I've been looking at YouTube videos for over a month now. Every video I could find on this guitar, even in the full dreadnought body, you know, because the other thing I wanted was the thick body. I didn't want a skinny body, okay, like you'll see on some of the cutaways out there, because they tend to be tin boxes, even in a cutaway, even with a spruce top, but they still got good sound, but just, there's nothing like having a good sized box on there to give you that bass if that's what you're after, you know. So this actually has all of what I wanted in a Martin without paying for a Martin, but it's not going to stop me. I still want to get a Martin eventually, you know, because it's just something about a Martin, you know. But anyway, this is making me very happy. This guitar is so much nicer than my Fender, you know, proper electronics installed, you know, that sort of deal. The built-in tuner is a great bonus, and the tuner works great, guys. It really does. It's like just balls on, is about all I can say. It does a great job tuning the guitar. So now I don't have to have a clip-on tuner anymore. Just got to clip my capo on here, right? So that's kind of one less accessory to hang out the end. So let's take this for a spin. Unplugged first, and then we're going to throw the Joyo system on through my Fender Mustang amp, and it's on clean channel, of course, and no effects. So here it is unplugged. So another advantage too of a larger body, more volume output too, you know, which is nice. So let's plug this puppy in. So for this test, the amp is actually right behind the camera, but I'm going to walk over to the other side of the house here so that you don't hear this part coming from the guitar itself. I want you to hear it just from the amp, and so you'll get a good idea. Okay, so now I'll sit here. So where I have my EQ setting is I have about 3/4 bass. I've knocked the mid-range down about 2 steps, and my treble is one little teeny notch above middle, okay? And it's pretty nice. So it really helps that Fender amp throw its you know, low end around properly, because the Fender Mustang amp really doesn't have a lot of bass response out of it. A lot of Fender amps I've come across don't. So I am actually looking at another amplifier, possibly 2, and because I'm looking for a certain sound in an amp too, but I have other purposes as well. Yeah, really sweet guitar, really sweet guitar. It's very well made too. Like even the binding on here, the black binding, it's got a bit of a white strip as well, as well as on the back and the side. It's just such an amazingly well built instrument for the price. You know, the finish on the neck, if there is anything, it's really hard to tell because it's a very super light satin. If there is anything on here, full gloss body. Now, without any finish on the body, of course, it would sound even much more richer toned, because varnish does actually kind of mess with the sound a little bit. But that's okay. You know, I'm not going to bother, you know, changing anything on this guitar at all. It's just a very sweet playing instrument. Sounds great. The sound what I'm after is here, which is really awesome. The solid spruce top is nice. You know, it allows everything to resonate just correctly, you know. So let's unplug this again. One last little spin, and then we'll give you our full story and go from there. So I have no problems, guys, putting this at a 4.5 out of 5. I'm very impressed with it. The price was excellent. You know, the quality is there, workmanship, really cool bridge design. No more pins to mess with. Yay! Okay, sorry, got a little excited. Christmas time, come on. Anyway, so machine heads, great. They dial in really nice. The tuner works great on the electronics. The electronics themselves, awesome. You know. And for plugging into a straight electric guitar amp with an acoustic guitar, which is acoustic electric in this case, it's communicating really well without, you know, feedback or any kind of problems. You know, generally the rule is you plug into a PA system with an acoustic guitar. You don't plug into a direct amp other than an acoustic amp. You know, but I've been doing it, getting away with it, and it sounds fine and no issues. But I'm also not cranking the living hell out of my amp either. I don't need to, even at church. In fact, where my amp is set up right now is exactly where it is at the church, and I project through the entire sanctuary just great with this thing. So, with that amp anyway. And now I can add in and customize my tone a little bit nicer too, to get that sound in the songs more of what it should be, which makes it easier to sing along with songs too, if you have the sound coming out of your guitar that you need to be able to sing with. You know, because if you want to sing in a tin box, I mean, you sing in a tin box, but if you want that little bass to go along with your voice and the mids and everything, and you know, you can adjust it all, and 3 bands on the EQ is more than enough to accommodate that for you. So that's really good. And the Takamine, this is the TP4TD. It's their own electronics. They do outstanding work with their electronics, and every video I've watched has said the same thing. Their electronics are just really awesome, and that's good to know. You know, and so very happy with the purchase, and I'm sure I'll have this for many years to come. Eventually I'll probably still buy a Martin anyways, just because I want one now. I don't actually need one now, I just want one now, so it's kind of like, but it's going to be whenever. It's not a priority, you know. So this is just a great guitar, guys. So take a look at the Takamine line. Whatever you're interested in, look at a lot, and I mean a lot of videos. I did like pretty much a month full of every day, you know, checking out a few videos a day, listening to it, plugged in, unplugged, checking out unboxing, see how it's coming out of the box, the condition of it, how they received it, and so on, and blah blah blah. And you know, this is great. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great one.